What's going on, Aquarius? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having an incredible week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Aquarius, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Because it's a general energy weekly spread. You're feeling, we're waving our hands in the air like we just don't care, Aquarius. It was whatever. But with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this reading, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being, that felt like a good one, Aquarius. So with all that being said there, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Aquarius. Now I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you. And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links to them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching Aquarius, so definitely check them out. Very great energies that they bring. I think you'd enjoy them. There's a link for an astrologer down there as well, Aquarius. I'm thinking about adding another one. I got some revising on this description box that I'm going to do. I got some stuff I want to add there, Aquarius. Some books that I've been reading. The apps that I've been working with are down there too. So check that out, Aquarius. All the tools for you. But let's go ahead and get into your first card here. Oh, and look at you bringing that heat. So you have the Fire Fairy there, Aquarius. And this is a card of creative action and optimism. And I like this card, Aquarius, because I feel with this, I feel like this could be one, because with where the energies are going, things are really kind of ramping up there, Aquarius. So you got, excuse me, depending on when you're watching this, Venus is going to be entering Sagittarius on the 29th, expansive energy there for Venus. Jupiter's going to be going direct, big pop on the 30th. Then you got Mercury that's going to be going direct on the 1st. Mars is going to be entering Capricorn on the 4th, which is a strong placement for Mars. We got a lot of stuff that's building up towards your birthday season. And then I've been doing a little forecasting this week. For doing some forecasting this week for around your birthday season. And you got some big stuff coming up there, Aquarius. So I do feel this is a time for you to start thinking about in what ways do you want to grow and really start embodying that optimism for the future if you're not excited, because where there are some big energy shifts that are coming, there are is what we do with those big energies. I feel like is really up to that creative action and you being a sign of innovation in the future there, Aquarius. I feel like this is one where you can really shine, because we're getting ready to get into the age of Aquarius with Pluto getting ready to enter your sign. Got a lot. It's going to be a big one, and Pluto will be there. He's going to retrograde back into Capricorn one more time in September of next year, but excuse me, Pluto is pretty much about settling your sign, and he'll be there for the next 20 years, and that's going to be a very, very transformative time for you, Aquarius. A lot of things are going to be brought up to life for you, and it's going to be, might be a little intense there sometimes. Pluto's an interesting energy. He doesn't play around, but again, I feel like this something can unlock in you. You really, because Pluto deals with that sense of power, and so I really feel like you're going to be in a very, very nice energy here of growth that's going to be happening with this. So get pumped there. What do you want to be created for the future? We're getting into a really futuristic age, and I'm excited. Well, let's see, especially for whatever you got cooking up there, Aquarius. But let's see what you got cooking up. Let's get some clarifiers with this Fire Fairy. Very magician energy that's coming through there. Aquarius. Thank you. Let's see what's going on here. Ooh, my girl. That's how he started off, Aquarius. Ooh, okay, Aquarius. This is a interesting. Okay, yeah. All right, we got a lot going on here, Aquarius, and yeah, you do. So you have the Nine of Disc, the Empress, both your rulers, the Saturn, and the Uranus, the Fool and the Universe there, and the Universe is a world card, Aquarius. You have the Five of Cups, the Six of Swords, the Three of Disc, and then the Nine of Wands here. And I really like that both, because that's fascinating, of course, that both the world and the Fool, or the universe and the Fool, came out together, because we are getting ready to close out a cycle here, considering that we're towards the end of the calendar year and we're getting ready to start anew. You know, this is a time for getting into this creative abundance, you know, to really manifest what it is that you want, because the Empress represents abundance, but it's abundance that she's created. She just doesn't sit around and just get showered in just riches. You know, she rules over two houses. She's got two mortgages to pay, but she can do it because she puts in that work. Because the Nine of Disc, and I like how you got a lot of stuff kind of lining up there too, Aquarius. Because the Nine of Disc, this is your pre-Empress energy. This is the Venus and Virgo. So when we put in this work, you know, tap into that innovative side of you. Really allow yourself to fail, Aquarius. You know, because the Five of Cups. This can be a card of disappointments. Can be a card of emotional turmoil, even. Because maybe maybe we're fearing the future because we're not sure what actions we're going to take. Maybe we're afraid we're going to disappoint ourselves, or maybe we might think we may disappoint others as well. But I feel that it's one where if you fear that, then you'll never make a move there, Aquarius. Like, as far as, like, if you're afraid of making a mistake, because that's the point of this journey. You know, we're going to make mistakes along the way, because that's how we learn, that's how we get wiser, and that's how we grow. And I do feel with the nine of wands, even with, like, first a couple of things with this Nine of Wands, Five of Cups combo here. I do feel that, because the Five of Cups, it can be this emotional type of energy here, and yours is a sign that it's not that you don't do emotions. It's similar to Capricorn in a sense, but, like, I feel you understand emotions on a logical level, but it's when it comes to really kind of feeling and processing them, that tends to be put to the side. And sometimes that can lead to this state of burnout, and that stuff can build up over time and can keep you stuck in a cycle if you're not mindful of that, Aquarius. And I do feel that if there are some things that we feel like some creative blocks, or something that has been getting in the way of us manifesting this abundance, or going through this level up with this Nine of Disc going through Nine of Disc to the Empress, if we don't pinpoint where the source of this thing that's throwing you off there is, just, again, it's going to keep us stuck in a cycle. It's going to be hard for you to move on to a new cycle there, because we still have some unfinished business that we've had to deal with. So I do feel this is one of, this can be an energy of really kind of learning a lot about yourself, doing some inner discovery there, doing some meditation, getting a game plan here, because even the Fool, Uranus energy is thinking towards the future, things that are no longer serving you. When Uranus goes direct next year, like a week after your birthday season starts there, Aquarius, that's going to be a pretty powerful one, because now that Pluto settled into Aquarius, we're getting out of that Capricorn energy. I mean, granted, I know we said we're going to retrograde one more time, but we are moving away from that. It was Pluto and Saturn that were kicking it over these last, 15 years or so. Since, I want to say, since 2008 that Pluto's in Capricorn. And now, where Saturn does rule your sign as well. With Uranus being the modern ruler, there's going to be a more kind of heightened Uranus energy that's going on there, with him going direct, kind of waking up right as Pluto is entering your sign. It's going to be, Uranus is a dispositor of your sign, so there's going to be, that partnership is going to be a wild one. And I do feel like we are getting ready to get into a new age there, and it is one that there are going to be some things that may be falling by the wayside, but then that allows the Empress to come through and fill up that space with beauty, with newness, with fresh ideas, with, just, and I feel too, one more thing, Aquarius, I feel too, there's a great collaborative energy that's getting ready to come through here, and this is one where we're going from like this corporate thing and more so kind of operating for the people, just kind of getting into this where we're all kind of banding together there and kind of so that's even something to think about there, Aquarius. Even like, and this may not resonate for everyone, but I even feel that if you've been, I feel this is even like a great energy for finding ways to assuage the plights and things of humanity, because yours is a humanitarian sign as well, Aquarius, and thinking about your role in the universe and how we're leaving this place better and more beautiful than when we came in here. So I like that. But be mindful too of your this Nine of Wands. It's because this one can be a card of burnout as well. So make sure that we are in all of these things, that we're just balancing our energies there. But let's go ahead and get another oracle on this. Yeah, very strong start there, Aquarius. I'm with it. I don't know if I said this, but even with like that Six of Swords, I even was getting this download of just like focus. Aquarius, I feel yours is one that you're the fixed air sign. And I feel like when you have that mind locked on something, really give it your all and give it that nurturing energy that the Empress brings, brilliance happens. That's where that innovative energy comes in there. And these flashes, these insights that are coming through, good stuff. Alright, Aquarius. So you have the cat card here in sidebar. I was right before I was doing your reading. I'm not big in. I'm getting better about getting onto social media, and I just happened to be looking at Facebook, and I just clicked on this random little cat thing, and there was this cat video that just that did a lot. But you got the cat card here, Aquarius, which this is a card of independence and healthy boundaries. And I like this, Aquarius, because I feel, because I was talking about that, the Nine of Discs is a very independent energy, and I do feel that this is calling upon you to, because Aquarius is a bit of a conundrum. I mean, in a number of aspects, because I mean, you're the water bearers who decided to be an air sign, one, but also two, I feel the trickiness with Aquarius energy is that you are a sign of groups and friends and the collective, but there is still that need for that individuality as well, not losing yourself, wanting to stand out for the crowd. And I feel that this cat card is kind of questioning how do you for some, if this is like a collaborative thing that we may be getting into, it's like, how do you keep your vision going without losing yourself amongst a group here? Because I do feel that for some, there might be some of this co-creation that's even going on here, whether this be starting up some sort of business, or maybe you're getting into some sort of group, maybe starting some sort of community thing even possibly, and it's just like keeping that sense of self. But I do feel for some others, because Aquarius energy is an interesting one, because the sun is, when the sun moves into your sign, it's the sun is technically in detriment in your sign. You're seeing, considering that it's opposite Leo, which the sun rules over, which is its strongest in. And so there can be this energy of like absorbing the energies of those around you, the friends and groups that you, and being completely losing ourselves in that group. It's similar to Libra, because the sun starts to lose its energy in Libra, where that's where it's in fall. So, and it's like Libra deals with those one-on-one relationships, but now with you, it's getting on a grander scale here. And I even feel too, Aquarius, when we're thinking about how we're going to affect the world in a sense. I dig in that how do I want to explain this? It's like I feel like it's like distance. He's giving almost like a Five of Swords type of energy, which is one of your cards. It's Venus in Aquarius, where it's not necessarily letting what others, like the success of things of others, keep you down. You know, you need to march to the beat of your own drum, and what are you, and like paying more attention to what you're bringing to the table than what others are bringing to the table, in a sense, or not letting what others are bringing dishearten you or keep you in this creative, like that you're not doing your part, or that you can't do bigger, because if you want to do bigger, you absolutely can. It's just a question of, I feel like, not what everyone else, or what you feel that you know, maybe what you even think that everyone else thinks you need to do, Aquarius. It's just ultimately, what do you want to do? What does Empress look like to you? But yeah, I hope that makes sense. Let's get some tarot on that. Clarify this cat card. And this is the cat card. That's the 18th card, which is the moon energy in this deck. And the moon can be this card of journeying into the unknown there. And I do feel for some, we might need to get out on our own there, kind of learn yourself, even in the sense, you know, kind of distance. And it's not like we're cutting people off in a sense. We're just maybe putting some distance. Maybe you're going backpacking somewhere. Or you're just doing some solo work for a little bit, and then just kind of bringing this thing back. So that's something to consider about, because the moon card is Pisces energy. And Pisces, one aspect with them is that there is that tendency for lack of boundaries, or, you know, not having the healthiest of boundaries and things. So there's something to think about there, Aquarius. Let me get the rest of your cards here. Aquarius, let's see what's going on here. Alright, so you have the Prince of Discs, the Prince of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Three of Swords, and then the Four of Wands here, Aquarius. And the princes in this deck are the Knights. And with the Prince of Discs being here, I do feel this is the Prince of Disc is a very responsible knight. He is the slowest moving knight of the knights. But I feel this is an energy more so of not doing things necessarily on other people's agendas. I feel like it is making your own game plan, figuring out what is it that you want to see to completion, you know, what it is that you want to focus on, what would give you this sense of fulfillment, this joy, what kind of passions do you have for yourself. The Prince of Cups is a very interesting one in this deck, because he has this intense passion, but sometimes I feel like I almost feel like with this Prince of Cups here, it's like there's something deep within us that's not being expressed with him, and there's a need to kind of distance yourself from others to kind of find yourself, in a sense, because the Two of Discs can be this indecisive energy, but maybe even for some there's this decision as far as like this indecision as far as like, where do we go from here? What is next? You know, everyone else may be making these plans, you know, going towards the future, doing all this stuff. You may be seeing the success, or this, you know, just that life is moving on, and maybe we're feeling this energy of feeling kind of stuck, in a sense, even with that, thinking with that Prince of Discs, just kind of stuck in a rut. And it's like, when is it going to be my time to shine? When is it going to be my time to celebrate here with this Four of Wands? And something to keep in mind of Aquarius, because that is a tricky energy too. This combo of you with as far as these rulers that you have, because Saturn does slow things down. Saturn asks a lot of you. He's not like Jupiter, where Jupiter just gives. It's just abundant no matter what. Saturn's just like, if we don't have a game plan, no, you can't have it. No, stop that. But and it's like just like Uranus is about that change, but I feel like you, as you learn about yourself, I feel like where Capricorn is more of a kind of like a steady sort of growth. I feel like yours is one that's sort of like a bow, bow, bow. You know, like just sort of comes in bursts. Uranus is random sometimes when he does his stuff there, or how it comes about, and so I do feel there is even to this patience, and it's not. And I know that patience, when someone tells me to be patient, it's just like, ugh. But patience doesn't have to be that, because the nice thing about being patient is it's like, okay, if there's nothing else I can do towards this dream, or I'm doing all the things that I can, what are maybe some hobbies that I can pick up, maybe some passion projects that I can start to fill in this space while I'm waiting, so we're not just in our heads with this Two of Swords energy here. So, And it's interesting. This cat too is just giving me this agile energy, a needing to be able to. It's like you when you know it's gonna be time, Aquarius. You're gonna know, because I do feel that your season is going, especially that first week. I feel like it's gonna really things are really gonna start popping off, and really towards towards this end of this calendar year, you're going from Cap into your season. It's going to be a very interesting time, because I'm already kind of noticing how these energies have been. I feel there's this, not anxiety, but there's something unsettling. I feel like that's trying to be discovered. I feel people feel there's a push that's getting ready to come. I felt it too, Aquarius, and I feel like a lot of this is stirring up is, we have that full moon in Cancer that's going to be happening on the 26th. That's bringing a lot of emotions up to the forefront, maybe a lot of things that we might not be feeling, some unfamiliar things. So yeah, this can be a time to really get to know yourself, kind of work on some things, Aquarius, and be in this independence, be in this sort of this self-sufficient type of energy here for what's getting ready to go next there. But all right, I dig that, Aquarius. Let's see, where am I gonna put these cards? Let's do this. All right, Aquarius. All right, I think that's solid. Let's get your last oracle card here. Interesting. Huh. Very interesting. So you have your last card here, which is the Wasp card. And this is the 21st energy, which is your ruler, one of your rulers, Saturn here. And this is a card of anger, retaliation, and jealousy. And so I will say, be mindful of that, especially that jealousy part, considering that we were talking about what others may be doing, and that maybe there are others that are getting to the success, or maybe they have been doing this work as far as like finding themselves. Maybe there's this energy of just this self-assured thing, whatever this may be translating out to. Jealousy is a tough energy, I feel like, to I feel like jealousy is one where instead of, we can shift that vibration a little bit. Instead of being this jealous energy, letting it become more of an admiration, where it's like, oh, I love what they're doing. Now how does what they're doing look like on me? Because I feel when we try to, it's one thing to want to emulate someone, but I feel like when we try to do something exactly like someone, that leads to that anger, that retaliation, that Five of Cups energy, that disappointment, because we're not living our truth. We're trying to do it just like someone else. And Aquarius, you're not meant to do things like everyone else. Yours is one that is meant to, and really we're all meant to do something more, be individual, but for your sign in particular, You're not meant to follow the crowd. You are a part of the crowd, but you are this in the scene. There's your and then and therein lies the paradox that is you. But I do feel that it's when we go against who we are, it's like that's, the retaliation, is that anger, because it's just like we're not living our truth in a sense. And now it's time to find this independence of what, like maybe what you're seeing on social media or, in different videos or maybe even like, and again, just turn that, I feel like that jealousy into admiration, just like, okay, they're in inspiration, because it's like, okay, they can do if they can do this stuff and break through these walls here, then I can too. And because even have you ever done this, Aquarius, where you'll see someone doing something, you're like, oh, I could do that way better than they're doing, then do it. Like it's really is. And I know how that sounds, but it's like, then let's see it, prove it. And that's Saturn, all day. Okay, all right, big talker, let's, because I was looking at this world card the other day, and no, I was looking at it the other day, earlier today, because I was doing Capricorn's reading, because Saturn popped up for them too. And when you look at this world card here, it's almost like you can see an eye. It's like and not in a creepy way, but it's like the universe is watching you, Aquarius. They want to see what you got. Saturn wants to see what you got. All right, you want to let's put some stuff in the past here, and let's start some fresh things. Let's channel that Uranus energy and see what you got. Pay attention to those insights that you get, those inspirations there, Aquarius. Even and that's funny. Well, I mean, maybe not, but when I'm picking out the crystals that I'm putting on the decks, that it's just sort of it's sort of just gonna kind of hover over whichever ones kind of speak to me. We just go with, and this one is Howlite, and Howlite can help quell deals with if you have having troubles processing anger and things. So that's very interesting that would pop up for you there, Aquarius. But let's get let's get a little some clarifiers on this Wasp. That card is yeah, interesting vibration when that comes through there, but there's the moon. I love that. I love when you sync up with the energies, Aquarius. That's dope. And that's interesting too, because because Saturn is in Pisces and will be there until 2025. So, and that is a very intuitive energy, very spiritual one. And I feel like this is, again, learning a lot about yourself. You really are connected to Source in a really strong way over these next few years. So, time to show up and show out, Aquarius, and give. There's Big Papa, get that Wheel of Fortune. More. Because what more do you need, Aquarius? You got the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Moon, the Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Wands here. Let's switch back over, Aquarius. Because with the Ten of Wands being here, I feel like this is what happens when we try to force ourselves into something that we're not. When we don't follow our own ideas. Because again, it's one thing to use others, I feel like, as inspiration and to like kind of maybe model something. But I feel like we want to make sure that we're doing our own. It's just like if I was trying to do tarot like some of the other readers that I like. There are certain things that I do like what they're doing, but ultimately I have to find my own style, because that's what's going to make me stand out from the crowd, in a sense. Because if I'm doing something like someone else, they're already doing it, so why would I watch two people doing the same thing? That's, you want to be in Aquarius. Yours is one that it's inspiring, your energy, because you are, when I feel like when you do really tap into that strong mental mind that you have, it's fortune, it's abundance, Wheel of Fortune, and you got the Great Benefactor and the great benefactor. You got Big Papa and you got the Empress. Like two very abundant energies. The question is this, is there something that we're afraid of, maybe journeying into this unknown, where are we feeling some sort of fears here? But the Scarab Beetle his sun might be a little weakened right now. Maybe just like how the sun is in Aquarius. You know, it might feel a little weak right now, but that doesn't mean it can't shine. We just got to work at it a little bit. You know, and when we do, the moon will shine as bright as you will bring it there, Aquarius. You might be at the waxing crescent right now, but the nice thing is the energies build from that. And like take it from me, my sun signs in Cancer. I'm ruled by the moon, and it's all about cycles. And even Jupiter, Jupiter, the wheel of fortune, is about cycles, that waxing and waning of life. You know, when things are on an uptick, and things are on an uptick, Aquarius. We're getting to get ready to some big energies. This is a time for big ideas to go big or go home. So be thinking about this, because there's some I feel like really spectacular things that are on the horizon here, and I feel like you're gonna really see things with this clarity. But I do feel like with that jealousy there, we're gonna have to make sure to get out of our own way, you know, to not stifle that creative expression and get your wheel of fortune. So I'm with that, Aquarius. that was a that was a dope reading. So I think I'm gonna leave that there. A little something to think about. But if anything resonated with you, Aquarius, if you like that, give it a thumbs up and share this, Aquarius. If you know someone who's, I mean, just not really tapping into their potential, or maybe feeling a little apprehensive about the future, not feeling so optimistic. And again, the energies are a lot, but it is something to look forward to. It's just like, okay, we're feeling these things. Where do we want to channel it into? You know, what can assuage these feelings? Because even that wasp card is giving me just like an agitated vibration. And it's just like, how do we, you know, I feel like that those signals are trying to tell you something there, Aquarius. And tell your friends that you're sharing that with too. And then subscribe there. Well, I was gonna call you universe. Hit that bell, because I was gonna say you fool, but you know what I mean by that fool card, that excitement, that's lust. You get what I'm saying, Aquarius. Hit that bell button. You notify now these videos each week. And last little bit, if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to the Charity, friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans even when they're Pisces, and it's a good old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here. So I can get you out of here, Aquarius. And you got the 7 of disc. And on this card, it's a card of failure. And that's okay. Because it's one thing to fail and process what happened, and it's just like, how do we grow from that? Because failure shows us where we can grow. You know, that's all that is. You know, we may think we may know it all with the Ace of Swords, but there's always something that we may not have considered, or that we can grow from, or that you can play out all the scenarios, but you know, the universe is wild like that. You know, random. It'll pull some stuff that you didn't expect, but it's not meant to keep you down. It's just the sevens are meant to as an energy of reevaluation about where we're putting our energies into a sense. And I feel like try not to let this failure, you know, restrict your growth, because the 7 of disc is Saturn in Taurus, and Taurus is a building sign. Your other ruler, Uranus, is in Taurus. You're in a and you have been over these last 5 years. Yeah, I want to say Uranus entered in like 2018, excuse me, 2018. And you've been in an energy of cultivation and building and growing stuff and developing that sense of security in these wild times, you know, finding different ways for resources, or maybe whatever that's looking like. So yeah, allow this as a time to figure out where we need to reassess some things, how we can grow, what's the new game plan going into the new calendar year. So I dig that. Again, think about this. Use this hardworking Capricorn energy to be as a landing, because the energy's been feeling like an airplane runway. We're getting with Capricorn, setting the foundation for your plane to take off their Aquarius into the skies, maybe it's a rocket, Aquarius. That is even better. Let's go to space, because your sign can deal with astrology and space and things. So be thinking larger than life there, Aquarius. It's exciting, but let me get your other oracle card here so I can get you out of here. Interesting. Okay. All right, Aquarius. So you have the defense card here. And with this defense card, I feel that this is one of, especially when we're talking about healthy boundaries, making sure that we are just, just protecting our energies, being mindful of, it's interesting. I'm not sure if we're just getting caught up in the energies of others, the energies of those around us in a sense, that might be lowering your vibrations. Maybe there's some that are in this sort of like, this defeatist, or this kind of an, what's the word I'm looking for? Almost like kind of self-destructive type of energy, or just like this fearful type of energy that may be kind of bringing you down there. It's defending, and I feel too, defending your truth, defending your creativity, your independence, that innovation that you do bring to the table, defending that, and being your whole self, and not, others may criticize your ideas as crazy or whatever that is, but they're, it could just be, it's just ahead of the time there, Aquarius. And that, because your energy is that, yours is one that it may, when people were talking about airplanes and rocket ships, you want to put a 10,000 ton, I don't know how much planes weigh, but some 1,000-ton metal beast up in the sky? No way. No way. How many times do you think people were told them no way until that plane was up in the sky? And now we're everybody's flying. So I like that, Aquarius. I think I'm going to leave that there. But you stay safe out there, Aquarius, with this creative energy, this independence, this anger, this retaliation. Deal with that, especially if we have some sort of suppressed anger. Yeah, get eyes on that, Aquarius. I'm not saying we have to deal with everything right now, but just know that just acknowledging that something is there is a huge step. And you raise your vibration through the roof. Empress, make sure we're self-caring and all that good stuff there, Aquarius. And sometimes, it can be through that creative action that can provide that relief there. So, a little something to think about. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.